sun rose this morning at 11 minutes past 6. The temperature was 43 degrees, barometric pressure was 29.6 and rising. At 11 minutes past 8, Louis Nunda was 9 subway stops from the house in which he was born. He was 32 years old. He had just committed his 8th murder.
North along Webster, speed 63 miles an hour.
All around, get up there!
They're not through with us yet. I don't care where they go. I don't care what hole they crawl into.
What'd they do?
Stuck up an armored car, $65,000. Killed 3 men.
When Louis Nunda was 10, his only sister had saved $23 for a dress for her Sweet 16 party. He stole the money and went to Coney Island. He spent it in the Penny Arcade. Louis Nunda's mother and father are buried side by side. At one time, he thought of visiting their graves. The directions he was given advised him to take the East Side IRT subway to the last stop and there transfer to a bus. So he didn't go.
Nunda, they're on us again. We ain't gonna make Yonkers.
All right.
They turned left on 168th Street, now moving west.
Left, into the garage.
What do you mean driving any...
Shove him in the car.
The sun rose this morning at 11 minutes after 6. And thus began the last day on Earth of Louis Nunda.
Mike Parker, Vincent Busti. This is my precinct. Any help you want?
Detective Adam Flynn.
How do you do? Lieutenant?
We lost them somewheres as they came in here off 161st Street. I've got men reporting from here, 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 and here. None of them have picked up a trace. We've got them penned in from the concourse to River Avenue and from 155th Street to 161st Street.
You don't have an identification on them yet, do you?
Not yet, but we shot one of them. The lab is checking his prints right now.
If they belong to this area, I may be able to come up with something useful on how they think as soon as I know who they are.
Fill them in.
We got a phone call from a woman, Lieutenant, who heard the shooting during the robbery. 8 or 9 minutes later, we picked them up in Manhattan, followed them up here to the Bronx. Now, they had a second car stashed over here on Teller Avenue. They got into that and got rid of the first one. Up to that point, we figured this was all part of their blueprint. But after that, we were so close on them, all I could do was just about keep moving.
We've kept the perimeter closing in on them. We haven't given them much freedom. So whatever they've done has got to be pretty random.
The last time you had them in sight was just after they turned onto the L, huh?
I've got men checking door to door.
We'll just wait and see what turns up. Somebody will see them. They'll turn up.
You know, Lieutenant, I went to school just about 8 blocks from here.
PS 11, I went to 73.
Oh, Adam, look around, see what's holding Arcaro up, will you?
Right.
there, so you were looking out the window all the time. If you'd have gone past him, you would have seen him.
They must have turned off.
I don't know. I've seen guys sleeping with their eyes open, so he was looking out the window. Why should he pay attention to one car more or less?
Well, at the speed they were going.
Maybe they were going so fast they were invisible.
Invisible now. Come on, Fred.
Come on.
Hey, Nunda, how long are we gonna sit here?
I think we ought to hide the money somewhere down here, huh? And we split up, walk out of here separately, one by one. 5 minutes apart.
I'm not gonna spend my whole life just sitting here.
Listen, when we come down by the courthouse, what'd I say?
What do you mean, what'd you say? You just kept saying which way to turn.
Yeah, well, how did I know which way to turn?
How do I know how you knew? You know the neighborhood, that's all.
Well, you know how I knew? I was 10 years old the last time I was here. I was 10 years old, but I remembered. You know how I remembered? My aunt lives in this building. I think that's what we ought to do. I think we ought to go visit my aunt. $60,000 could weigh so much.
Small bill, that's why. You know, paper's one of the heaviest things in the world. I used to work on a news truck. Well, you'd be surprised what a bundle of Sunday papers comes through. It's like lead. You got it?
You know, when my uncle was alive, he used to carry around real diamonds. Just something private.
Aunt Florence?
Who is it?
It's Louis, Aunt Florence.
Louis.
Your nephew, Louis. Your brother's Joe's son, Louis.
Who are the other two with you?
They're my friends, Aunt Florence.
What do you want?
Well, I wanted to say hello. I came to pay a visit.
What for? I've been dead to you for 20 years. I haven't even laid eyes on you for 20 years. What for?
Well, I was in the neighborhood. I wanted to come in and say hello, that's all.
Come in. Give you a cup of coffee and you can say hello. Come into the living room.
Spooky, for crying out loud. She was once a great woman. She was going to be an opera, and she used to take lessons, and we used to go to her house and listen to her.
Okay.
She always didn't live in a dump like this. She had an apartment on West End Avenue with 12 rooms. My uncle was a millionaire before he died.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Don't make cracks.
You gotta admit, it's not what I'd call a perfect day.
Now, who asked you?
Hey, you can see Yankee Stadium. You know, I always wanted to be a ball player.
Sit down.
Do you have a picture of Uncle and Florence? I wanna show my friends.
I have a picture of your uncle in my mind.
Well, I was thinking of the one where you were shaking hands with Theodore Roosevelt.
I don't keep any pictures of your uncle.
Well, I ought to have sent you a letter or something. I would have come to see you, but I was away. I travel a lot. I spend a lot of time in South America.
Since when do they have jails in South America for crimes committed in New York? Cellmates?
No, they're business partners, Aunt Florence.
I see your sister Jean all the time. She keeps me well informed of what you're up to. Have you seen her recently? Don't try to look her up in the phone book. She's changed her name because of you. Don't look so uncomfortable. Sit down. I'm still going to give you some coffee. I'm an aunt, not a judge.
You got someplace better to go?
Hey, anybody here? Hey! Hey, anybody home? It's the police! Frank? Get Mike.
Yeah, Mr. Henry. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Henry. He's got his car. Well, that's it. Either we got every car in the garage or the owner's got them. They didn't steal any cars from this garage.
Isn't there a possibility some transit might have checked in and your man failed to list him?
Listen, that man worked for me for 14 years. I never had a bad word with him. Any car came into this garage, he put it right down on this list. He was an honest man.
Would you mind waiting outside? Okay. When they left here, they were on foot. Let's see if we covered everything. We got the subway on the corner. We got the crosstown bus. We got the buses on the concourse. They could have taken a taxi.
They could have put a gun on some passing car and took the car and the driver, too.
They could still be together, or they could have split up. The one thing we're sure of, if they didn't get through us before, they're not going to get through us now.
Florence, you remember the apartment on West End Avenue?
I remember.
That was some apartment. The canopy downstairs with a doorman.
You remember that?
Never forget it.
But you only came to see us a couple of times. You were only 6 years old.
Hey, we used to take the subway down to 96th Street, and then we'd take a taxi. And my mother used to say to my father, "What do you take a taxi for only 3 blocks?" My father would say, "How can you go into a house with a doorman on your feet? I mean, the rich come in a taxi. I mean, why should the doorman talk about them, rich people with poor relatives?" So help me God, Aunt Florence, those were his exact words.
Your father used to think like that.
He was so proud of you.
He was so proud of me.
So help me God.
All right. That's enough. That's enough.
Well, you know how we live? There, over there, you can almost see it. You know, Aunt Florence, out of the whole lousy family, you and Uncle were the only ones that ever made it.
I'll get you some more coffee.
Where do we move from here?
I don't know yet.
How long is it going to take you to figure it out?
Well, you got the brains of a cat. We come up here 2 steps ahead of the cops. Now, what do you think they're going to look for us? Someplace out in Canarsie? Now, we just sit for a while. That's all we can do. Just sit. Maybe when it gets dark. When it gets dark.
All right, a boy tears 1 pair of pants. That's the 3rd pair this week. What is this, a faucet? You just turn the handle and money comes running out for pants?
Leave him alone. I'll get him another pair.
From where? Where are you going to tear the money out of this time?
I'll get it from Florence. I'll get the money from Florence.
You know what she did with the money you gave my father for the pants? She bought a new dress for Jeannie, and I had to wear the patched up pants. You can see that patch a block away. That's what do I tell you? Now, you wouldn't remember. That was maybe 25 years ago. You have no reason to remember.
Yes, I remember. I remember very well. Only I didn't give your father the money. Your uncle gave it to him.
Get over there, pick it up, send it back as fast as you can. Take off.
There's about 8 apartments in this block. Now, the way the geography lays out, the ground drops away in the back. It's a very steep hill. The backyards are all fenced in to keep people from getting hurt. If you went in the cellar or up the back stairs, you'd still have to come in from the front. I don't think a stranger could get in there without being spotted.
Did they look like salesmen?
We asked, Lieutenant. Nah, this is the kind of neighborhood where people live in the same apartment 20, 25 years. Everybody knows everybody's face. Everybody knows everybody's business.
That block has to be clean, Lieutenant. If we didn't pick up the smell of a stranger, it's clean.
All right, let's try this block, huh?
Well, Mike, we checked every subway change booth as far as Fordham Road.
Yeah, it looks like somebody reached down from the sky with a fishbowl, hooked him in the seat of the pants, and took him right off the face of the earth.
We got an ident from the fingerprint boys. The name of the guy that was killed was Milton Claverack. The prints on the car that the boys ditched on Clay Street and the one in the garage here, on both cars, we've got Al Macias, Louis Nunda, and Jay Plessis. They all have records. Nunda and Macias are Bronx boys.
Bronx boys? Wait a minute. Maybe they're heading to some specific place around here, then.
Maybe once they got here, they knew where to go.
Friends? Relatives?
Possible.
Wait here. There are the faces.
Look at this. Born on 165th in Walton. I was born on 166th in McClellan, 3 blocks away.
Who's that?
Nunda.
You know him?
No, I don't know.
This is way out of their normal habitat. These guys usually hang out on the other side of the concourse.
Machias's father is dead. His mother lives with his sister in Brooklyn.
Nunda's parents are dead. There's a sister, but no address.
Put in a call to Brooklyn and see what the mother has to say. Check Nunda's sister in the phone book and in information in case she's unlisted.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant, supposing they had a prearranged hideout. Say they came up here a few months ago renting an apartment. Maybe we ought to check the real estate agencies.
I buy what you guys said in the first place. They didn't intend to come here. You guys drove them here.
Well, we could check the post office, get a list of the change of address cards, start back from the original one, and do a door-to-door. That way we could build up a picture of their friends and associations. Who knows, maybe they still have friends living around here.
Take days.
How about the Army records? Maybe they have Army buddies around here.
Same thing.
Look at this. Armed robbery, assault, breaking and entering. Hey, he was tried right up here 3 or 4 times. Over at the courthouse.
Judges? Parole officers?
It's closer. Who put up the bail?
It's worth a try.
So remember, I don't forget a thing like this.
What are you getting so sore about? We could have left you without a cent.
You're in somebody's house. I brought you here. You're a guest.
You're out of your nut. The second we walk in here, you don't make sense.
I'll make sense to you.
Louis, don't...
Lady.
You touch my aunt and you're through.
Come on, your aunt this, your uncle that. Come on, let's go.
Right. I apologize.
I don't understand you, Louis.
Well, for the way they acted, I'm ashamed. I want you to buy yourself a new piano. I want you to start to study singing again.
Not even the same guy who walked in there.
I think you'd better wait here in the car.
I just want to talk to my aunt.
Well, when we make sure your brother isn't up there, please wait in the car.
That garage is just around the corner.
Yeah.
Come on. Hey!
Wherever you go, Louis, whatever you touch, you make death!
You got yourself into this. Get yourself out. And Florence, please get into the living room.
Nunda, wake up!
And Florence, please get away from this door.
They're coming up here for you, too. They're coming up here. Wake up, you're in a trance. What'd she do to you? Hypnotize you?
I want you to talk with respect.
You guys out of your head?
How long do you think you can hold out?
Go chase yourself.
boy. Take me. Let me be your shield. Let the little boy go.
Hey, cops? What's the matter now, cops? How about it now, huh? Pow!
Sure as hell, you're gonna get your aunt killed. You gotta do something about it. Louis, you're the guy with the brains. You're the guy who always figured everything out.
Louis, don't let him hurt the boy.
Give me the key. Take him into your house. Go with him.
Nunda, if you don't have something worked out good, the last thing I do when they get me, I get you.
Jay, open that suitcase and get out those grease guns. Give one to Big Mouth here and take the other one for you. Get upstairs on the roof.
There's 2 women and a kid. I don't know who's in the other apartments.
I'll give you 3 to come out. 1, 2, 3.
Adam, I'm going for the tear gas. I'm leaving 3 men here with you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Come on.
I have to be in bed, mister. I don't bother anybody.
We're gonna make you well. The stinking world, and we're gonna make you well. Now you guys are gonna open up and let us out of here.
You know better than that.
Now, they got 2 women and a kid that can come down the same way. Now, I'll lay down a law to you. Any tear gas or shooting, I kill one of them. And every half hour from now, on the half hour, I kill somebody else till we get out of here. Or till I run out of corpses.
Louis.
Don't worry, Aunt Florence. I'm going to protect you.
Maybe we ought to rush them.
We rush them, we'll lose some of those people they're holding. There's still a few minutes before the half hour.
I want to talk to him. Please.
You had a whole lifetime to talk to him. Did it do any good?
Just the same in here, sir. Nothing's happening.
Nothing. Except the hands on this watch keep turning.
More cops than you've seen in your life.
Good luck to him.
They still hold back.
Well, now you know what power is.
What? They got us trapped like mice in a box, you idiot. You know what power is? An atom bomb, that's what power is. I blow them sky high and go right up there with them, sailing right up there with them, right with the angels. There'd be nothing to me left for them to do anything with. I don't like sweating scared.
And listening to every word you say.
Let them listen. I'm like a rat in a box and they all know it.
I got 6 minutes left before the half hour. I'm gonna kill the old lady first. You know, it took me 20 years to get up enough nerve to come see you.
Why?
Well, a lady like you, where you and Uncle lived.
Why do you keep talking about that? Why did that make such a difference to you?
Well, you remember when Uncle died, you moved in here? My father kept talking about it. He couldn't get it out of his mind. He kept telling my mother that you had to leave everything behind, even the piano.
It was only a piano. I never cared very much about things. I just left it where it was.
You didn't want it?
I sold it.
Well, that was a terrible thing to do.
Why was the piano so important to you?
Well, how many people do you know have a grand piano? I mean, I stole to get you another one. That's how important it was. The second day you moved in here, I stole to get you another piano.
Louis, you were only 10 years old.
Well, I took $23 from Gene. Then I got another $5 from the candy store, from the register when the man wasn't looking. And I went to the piano store, and I showed the man my money. Then I was ashamed. But I wanted to bring it to you anyhow.
Why? Why, in God's name, why? I had enough money.
No, you didn't. My father told me. He said a woman like my sister, who had everything, to come down in the world like that.
Louis.
I love you and Uncle. You don't know how much you meant to me, you and Uncle. You know, I stood out there on that platform where those cops are standing now. I stood there for an hour looking up at the window and I had the money, but it wasn't enough. And I was ashamed. It wasn't enough, Aunt Florence. Forgive me. It wasn't enough. So I went to Coney Island and I played the games for prizes. But I didn't win enough prizes.
Are you sure? Adam!
I'm here.
Tell them Nunda's sister wants to talk to him.
This is Louis Nunda's sister.
Nunda!
Hey, Nunda, your sister wants to see you.
If they hurt that girl, don't wait for orders. Move!
You put on a little weight.
Play, Florence.
You took everything. You took the diamonds, you took my pants, you took my food, you took away my father!
Louis!
She stole everything! I had to wear patch pants when you gave me good pants!
Louis, stop! You're gonna hurt her! You're going to kill her!
I'll kill her! I'm gonna kill her!
I never gave you those pants.
Yes, you did.
I never gave you those pants. Your father came to me and asked me for the money. I told him no, because I didn't have any money either. All the money I had was the money your uncle gave me. From day to day, figured out to the penny. A nickel for coffee, 10 cents for 3 eggs, 20 cents for a half a pound of coffee. I told your father no. He asked your uncle. I begged him not to, but he did anyway. Your uncle gave him the money. Charged him 12% interest for the $7 he borrowed. Those diamonds. He teased the whole world with those diamonds. You want to know where those diamonds are now? I'll tell you. In the coffin with him. That was in his will. It's a lie, Louis. The whole thing is a lie in your head.
Why did I bring you the money, Aunt Florence?
For nothing, Louis. He paid $2,000 for that piano. I hated that piano. He unlocked it for 1 hour a day so I could practice.
Why?
Because he was afraid I'd wear it out. He was sick, Louis. He was a sick man. Do you want to know how he died? I asked him for 15 cents to buy a hairnet. He made such a terrible scene, terrible fight. He went out of the house and dropped dead on the street from a heart attack for 15 cents.
I wanted to be like Uncle.
You are, Louis. You are. He killed people, too, in his own way.
Al, you got nothing to live for.
What are you wasting your time for? Everything is nothing!
Don't look. Terrible thing, it was all a mistake. Just a mistake.
I did know him. He went to the same school I did.
At 5:04 today, Louis Nunda ended his last day on Earth. There are 8 million stories in the naked city. This has been one of them.
This has been a Screen Gems film presentation from Columbia Pictures, produced by Herbert B. Leonard.